Welcome back to Easily Explained, where today we will be talking about resources. So let's get started. In this video, we're going to briefly introduce resources, introduce what they are, why they're so important, and then we'll talk about a brief categorization of renewable versus non-renewable resources and just examples of resources, and then we can get into the sustainable developments and the different types of resources and how we can conserve them in later videos. First, let's go over what exactly a resource even is. That way we can look at different examples and really understand why they're so important to life itself, basically. Resources are substances in an environment that an organism needs. It could be for growth or to maintain how it is currently, or reproduction, or just to live, to breathe. They need that resource. So let's look at some examples of resources. Air, or more specifically, oxygen, is a resource. It's a substance that an object needs in order to survive. Water is another one. You absolutely need water in order to survive. Animals absolutely need water in order to survive, and they can get that from their environment. We also need food. Everybody needs some sort of energy, which we get from that food. We can get this from our environment, and it helps us to grow, to move, to survive and live. So from this information, we know why resources are so important. They help us grow. They help us, in some cases, survive, live. Oxygen, we can't breathe, then we die. And we can talk about humans and the resources humans need, but there's also resources that some specific animals or specific organisms need. Some of them overlap, like we have air, water, and food. Those are the main ones that we think about. But there are also other ones, like nutrients, and specific organisms need more of some nutrients than others. But that's why it is so important for us to have a supply of resources, a steady and reliable source, so that all organisms can live and thrive in their separate environments and ecosystems, and we can create a balance. And so it's very important that we conserve those resources. And now we can talk about two specific categories of resources and how there's maybe benefits to either one and what we can do so that we can conserve the resources we need for further generations. The first category of resources we're going to talk about are renewable resources. Renewable resources can regenerate and they can be replenished by nature. They're not going to be completely depleted. Now, this doesn't mean that they're unlimited in the sense, but all it means is that on the earth, they're going to continue to stay regardless of the use of them. Let's look at some examples of renewable resource. Water is a great example of a renewable resource because when we talk about the water cycle is replenishing all of the water supplies on Earth. It's naturally cycling around the Earth, but it's not unlimited. We can't use it all and then it's not just gonna be there. Like, there's still things like droughts and other ways that we can mismanage our water use. But it's still a renewable resource because there's a water cycle. It's replenished by nature. But when we talk about non-renewable resources, they cannot be replenished by nature. So what does that mean? That means that once all of the supply that is currently on Earth is used up, there's no more. It cannot replenish itself. It cannot keep cycling back like renewable resources. Like another example of a renewable resource would be like the sun. Because sunlight, it's always there. We use it and it's still there. It's a renewable resource. But something like oil or natural gas or coal, which would be considered a non-renewable resource, once it's gone, the earth can't cycle it up again. Or it might, but it would take thousands, not even thousands, millions and billions of years to regain all of those resources. That is another reason to make sure we conserve our resources. Congratulations, you're now an expert at non-renewable versus renewable resources. If this video helped, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!